Hey there, back with another market update. Thanks for tuning in. Now, you've probably read or heard or seen somewhere some headline lately that's saying we are now in a recession. And I know some economists and politicians are not admitting to that, but if you look at the most widely accepted definition of a recession, I believe it's 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, negative growth in the economy, right? And we know quarter 1, negative, quarter 2, negative. Well, sounds like we're in a recession to me based on that information, and it certainly feels like one when you're comparing economic activity compared to last year at this time, no doubt about it. So how is all that affecting the housing market? Because the two are not synonymous. Just because we're in a recession does not mean we're automatically going to see a housing downturn or a housing crash, rather. Now, are we seeing some softening in the market? Yes, no doubt about it. Are we seeing lots of price reductions? Absolutely. Are prices coming down overall? Yes. Will the market crash? Well, I suppose anything is possible, right? But if we're considering probabilities, based on the data that we have today, that would appear very unlikely as far as a market crash goes in housing. It appears we're going to be experiencing a much more mild to moderate downturn. And what's the reason for that? Well, we still have really low levels of inventory, meaning there's just not a lot of supply, and there's actually still more demand than supply, and that's keeping things pretty stable for the time being. Matter of fact, for the first time this week, since the beginning of the year, we saw inventory levels decrease on a week-over-week metric. That's the first time it's happened this year. And this is for Riverside City, but I'm sure it's comparable for most surrounding markets as well. And it would appear that seasonal trends are indeed back because, historically we always have more activity happening with people moving and so forth during summer. Kids are out of school, it's more convenient and so forth. And after summer, inventory levels would always tend to decline moving into the holidays and so forth. This is just one data point. I'll need a few more to see if this is just a fluke or an actual trend, but my bet is we're going to continue to see inventory decrease as we move forward towards the end of the year. That's only going to further tighten competition for buyers. What's the bottom line right now? If you're for buyers and sellers, if you're thinking about selling, house better show well, and that price better be right. If not, it's just going to sit, and you're going to end up chasing the market down if it even sells at all. If you're thinking about buying, way less competition in the market right now, and you're definitely going to be having some way more leverage than you had in months prior. In some cases, if you go after something that needs a little TLC, it seems like a lot of buyers are kind of resisting those right now, kind of pulling away. That's probably where you're going to get the best deal of all. And something that's been sitting on the market maybe 20, 30, 40 days plus, that's where you're really going to get a good deal in this market. So anyways, hope this is helpful. Questions, comments, post that stuff. We'll see you next month.